Hey guys, it's me Hannah and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so in today's video I decided I would do a little how to write fanfiction. And before we get started, I just want to say it's been a while since I posted. Hold on, let me get the camera. Okay, and please excuse my room. I'm in the middle. I'm trying to get it cleaned up, and I'm also coming out with a room tour soon, because I'm trying to, get my room together, make it better, and anyway, and also another thing, if I sound stuffy, ignore that. Yesterday, I had the worst day ever, literally, and I've cried all day yesterday. And, yeah, so we're not gonna get into that because you guys probably bet you're dramatizing. But anyway, so if I sound very, nasally or congested, that's why. I've cried all day yesterday, and, yeah, and also I'm kind of sick, but anyway. So, in today's video, I decided to do, a fanfiction related video. I'm gonna start these, and I'm going to make a little playlist to where, you guys can access my videos, how to make proper fanfiction, how to make a cover for them, and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, so as the title, it is how to write fanfiction the right way. Because, honestly, I've seen all these, fanfiction TikToks on YouTube, and they make me mad, because, honestly, it's like they're making fun of us fanfic writers, but the person who's doing it, they don't know how to do them, and it's so I thought I'd give you a little lesson on how to write fanfiction. So, enough with the intro, let's get started. Okay, so the first one is use face claims instead of YN. Trust me, your story is going to stand out if you use a face claim instead of the name YN, because honestly, everyone knows that I don't like using YN, because honestly, I can't stand the person YN. That's why I don't read Wattpad fanfiction that much, because honestly, when you used to read YN stories all the time, they're always interesting, and they make me want to read them, but now everyone's like, oh, I got up, I put my brown hair in a messy bun, and I walked downstairs, oh, there's Draco Malfoy. It's a little much, because it's honestly, who wants to read a story where the main character of the story ends up with the person automatically? Who wants to read that? No, not me. I would not want to read that. Use a trope or something, enemies to lovers. Honestly, my favorite fanfiction trope to use is high school AU, modern AU, and loyalty AU. That's those are my three go-to tropes. And also, I like business tropes, where this businessman got an intern, and I like those. Or maybe it's because I read a lot of episode stories, but anyway. So, yeah, so you get what I'm saying. Use a face claim instead of YN, because honestly, you're gonna be made fun of, and honestly, no one don't like me made fun of. I got called ugly yesterday by my family member, and that was not pretty. So anyway, that's number one. Moving on to number two is have an idea in mind instead of writing it down. Now, I know I say this because honestly, I will read fanfiction on Wattpad that does not make sense. They're just I don't want to roast anyone, but I'm giving you a piece of advice if you're watching this. But anyway, I read there's a say about fanfiction on Wattpad that I read. It was good. I like the idea of how they, instead of being in the 90s, they made it modern. But honestly, it's so jumbled up and does not make sense. You add this one into it, you add this into it, and that's just making it confused, because it's who's the main characters? Who's the characters in the story? No, anyway. So that's why I say Because I cannot stand stories that are so jumbled up, and it's like, does not make sense. You know what I mean? Like, it gets on my nerves. I don't know if it's because there's a lot of that on Wattpad. It's like, hey, like, yeah. So anyway, I would suggest you write it down. So for an example, but what will help is, this helps me a lot, is getting a notebook. I prefer to use, I got this at the pop shelf that that Dollar General made for about $3. $3. You don't need an expensive notebook. You can, as long as you have a notebook that you can write stuff down, you're good to go. Like, this has stickers. I don't use the stickers. But anyway, I like how this is because it's bigger, and honestly, how I am going to show you, like, how to organize a book like this. But anyway, so what I prefer to do is have, like, my stories, like, written out here, so I don't get them mixed up. So I have, like, my Wattpad stories, and I have my episode stories. And yeah, I'm writing on one episode now, so Wattpad. But anyway, so, and then for Wattpad, I would put, like, published and completed. And honestly, episode doesn't really matter. Honestly, like, if you're complete with that story, I could just, like, check it off anyway. So I prefer a notebook because you can, like, do it like this, and, like, honestly, this will keep you organized. Like, literally. Like, this is, like, my episode story that I've been planning. You can read it if you want to. But anyway, so I prefer getting a notebook to write it down because it helps a lot, and it helps me. So, yeah. Now, number 3 is learn grammar. If you're going to write fan fiction, learn the grammar. I mean, honestly, who wants to read fan fiction that's like, I don't know. But, like, I'm just saying, who wants to read fan fiction that does not make sense? Like, use proper pronunciation. Like, honestly, I'm gonna give you, like, tips on this. I'm gonna, like, give you, like, a tip how to write, like, a Wattpad fan fiction. But anyway, so what I would do is, my mind went totally blank. Anyway, so what I would do is I would, like, look up, like, what each word that you're going to use mean, because it's, like, that's important. Like, honestly, everyone wants to read, no one don't want to read a story that's, like, like, I put this, okay, I'm going to use, like, a thing that I used to do, I don't remember it, but, anyway, I could insert, like, a screenshot here if you wanted me to. I mean, it'll be over here. I'll figure out how to get over here. But anyway, so instead of putting, like, said someone, someone said, don't do this. Like, say, for example, Susie said. You said Susie. It does not make sense. But anyway, that's number 3. I don't know how to word this, but please use grammar. If you're gonna write a fan fiction, you read grammar. I prefer Grammarly, but I don't use it anymore because it's expensive and I don't have the money to pay for it. But please use grammar. So that's all I gotta say. So moving on to the next one. Number 4 is making an eye-catching cover. Now, honestly, I don't know how to say this, but I am going to be making a video, like, on how to make an eye-catching cover on my phone. I mean, I'm going to show you how you can make it on a computer and on a phone. So, yeah, but I prefer, if you have a phone, I prefer using a phone, because it's easier that way. You can, yeah, so anyway, so that is number 4. I don't really have nothing much to say about that one, but anyway, make an eye-catching cover. I'll be making a separate video to that, so stay tuned, and yeah. Okay, number 5 is use third person. It's less cringy. Now, I used to use first person, like, for an example, I, so-and-so. Does that make sense? Because when I used to write it in first person, this was when I was writing on here, before I moved to Wattpad and fanfiction.net and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, if you see that, my light has been flickering and it's annoying. So anyway, ignore that if it happens again. But anyway, I used to use it, do it all the time, and now that I look back onto it, it does not make sense. Like, when you're writing first person, it doesn't make sense. Unless you know how to word it. Good for you. Use it. Just don't make it cringy, like some people do. But anyway, I prefer third person. Everyone hates me. I used to write a story about a TikToker. Okay? You're not gonna find it, but anyway. And they suggest, I loved writing in third person, and I wrote in third person. One person's like, I don't like third person, use first person. And I'm like, why? Like, honestly, I'm not gonna make this cringy. So anyway, please use third person. I mean, I hate reading in first person, and I hate if someone asks me write in first person, because I'm not gonna do it, because I'm not that kind of person who wants backlash on a fanfiction, because I wrote it in first person. So anyway, that's number 5. Moving on to number 6. Okay, so you can say number 6 is the same thing as number 2, so which means I'm not going to say nothing much, but I'm going to try to see if I can word it better. And that is, don't mix up, write down before writing. Now, again, this is where you can get your notebook. I suggest the dollar store. I know I got this at the Pop Shelf. That's like the Dollar General Market, like Pop Shelf, that's like with it, but anyway. Honestly, I prefer getting this because it helps. It helps. Trust me, it helps. I love it. This is my best friend. Like, I write this in every day. I write in this every day. But anyway, so I say that because you got some people that like mix it up, and it gets confusing. It confuses your readers, and honestly, that's probably why your story is not popular. So, I mean, it's the truth, no offense, but anyway. So, yeah, so that's number 6, moving on to the last one. Okay, number 7 is pick a trope and research. By doing this, you could read other fanfics, but don't listen, when I say this now, don't steal content. That's plagiarism. Anyway, so honestly, I've had my work plagiarized before, because I had my work plagiarized before by some unknown site. It made me so mad, and honestly, I found out that my followers are reading on there, reading my stories on there, and I'm like, don't read it on there. You're gonna get an attack on your device. Do not read it on there. Read it here. This is where you can access it, please. And honestly, I care about my followers and on Wattpad, and honestly. Anyway, so yeah. So, honestly, if you didn't know, for my new followers, for my new subscribers, that came from Wattpad. Hi, yes, I'm shirbert-muffins, and I've been writing fanfiction for almost 7 years. That's why I'm doing this video. I'm advanced in it, and I took a journey, like, yeah. So, honestly, again, focusing on the tropes, I'm gonna give you some examples. Trope, so you got Coffee Shop AU, which is, I don't know, I haven't read that yet. I don't know what Coffee Shop AU is. I just heard about it. Enemies to Lovers, I like that one. That one's not bad, but I don't like to write it because it used to be my favorite trope. It used to be my favorite trope back in high school. Now, it's okay. I mean, it's not something you see every day. It's common. I don't like it because it's common. Okay. Moving on, there is School AU. I like the School AU because you can freestyle with it. I like the Loyalty AU. That's one of my favorites. I love that one. I like this one, but I don't write it much, and that's Mafia AU. I like that trope, but I don't write it very often because I don't know how to do that, but I like reading it. And so, yeah. So, yeah, those are the tropes. If you want, I'll make a separate video, like, on tropes and give you ideas. And I can tell you guys what each trope means. So, yeah. So, that's number 7. Alright, I hope this video helped. If it did, click the like button and subscribe. And expect more writing advice on YouTube. More. I'll link them in a playlist, and you can see them on my channel. And yeah, so anyway, bye guys.